you people back in the Shire, turn your porch lights off because we're coming home with a trophy.
SharkCast pod brought to you by Dyson Logistics, the Royal Motor Yacht Club, Import Hacking, and Jason Hawes at Cripps & Cripps Real Estate. A victorious evening for the Sharks, winning 36-22. Wasn't looking too good early, down 18-0, but the Mighties came back in the best way possible. They started holding the ball, and lo and behold, they won the game. Gary Dover, Sharks employee, fresh from the sheds. What did you make of that experience?
Terrible to begin with, but nice to end with. It was, as you said, we were chatting offline before, and you said everything we could do wrong we sort of did in the first 20 minutes, and we fell apart. And 18-0 down, I thought it was going to get pretty ugly, but that word keeps creeping back, that grit and that resilience. We didn't drop our heads, we just went about our business and got to work. And, you know, there was a lot of questions asked about a few of the young boys who were named in the side this week, and they all stood up, so it was great to see. Yeah,
we don't have time now to dissect the entire thing completely, but it has to be said it was next man up, and they all lifted. We will address the opening of the game during the week, but let's stick to the positives right now. Our middles, however you want to define that. At the moment, we're defining Dan Atkinson as a middle, and it was clear as soon as he came on, he was playing that roving lock role, not shirking responsibilities. Guys like him, Cam McInnes, you just told me played 80 minutes. Yeah. Jack Williams changed the game, coming on after down 18-0, I think. And for a team missing 6 forwards, I thought we did pretty good.
Yeah, I thought we did really well. And, you know, tall Tommy Hazelton and Oregon Kafusi starting the game in the front row there. I thought they did really well to stand up to guys like Papa Lee and Joseph Tarpanay. I thought we did a really good job, as you said, controlling the middle. And, you know, that's probably where a lot of the questions were asked during the week, like how our middle's going to stand up, and they did exactly what they needed to do, albeit not for the first 20 minutes. But I think there's a lot of positives that we can look to build upon based off the back end of that game.
Well, I wouldn't even say the middles didn't do their job in the opening 20. I just thought as a whole, it was clumsy. They were pushing passes. It just was everything we didn't want to do, they did. And Canberra, if you didn't see it for yourself at the game, hopefully it was evident on TV, they're not much aside from their physicality and their getting through their sets. There's not much there. Yeah. So when we were down 18-0, I wasn't overly worried. I didn't think we could see it anymore. But down 18-0, Trindle with a really great solo try, aggressively putting the ball down, setting the tone, Nico kicking everything. And to a man, they all lifted. Like Jesse Ramian had a pretty horrible first 10 minutes. Lifted. Was great. Fantastic. You mentioned Talakai, just playing all over the shop. My big guy, Tooks. I've learned how to say his name, Tooks. Sensational. Sensational. Short stint. But just every man lifted. It was really great to see. It was a fun experience at the ground. The crowd really lifted.
Yeah, it was really good atmosphere tonight. And, you know, the crowd started to get into it, especially in the back end of the game there. And, you know, as Took said during the week, that sort of thing lifts the boys, and you could really hear it, you could feel it, and it was something that probably brought us home a lot better than we probably could have if everyone stayed a bit silent like we tend to do sometimes.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happens if it's at another ground. I'm not saying we don't come back, because as I said, we're a much better team than Canberra, but thankfully we were here and the team lifted, responded. I thought our spine was really good. Blake Brayley was tops, man. He was getting penalties, restarts, running the ball, scored a try. Yeah. I thought Nico returned to some really good form as well. And it was for a team missing 6 forwards, it was a real physicality of what we did.
Yeah. That's probably the big thing for me is that physicality you talk about. When we were down 18-0, some of the shots we were putting on those guys like Horsburgh and that, they're losing the ball with the physicality that we had, and we started to build upon that, and then off the back of our strong defence and our strong resilience, we got the ball and we did what we needed to do with it and scored some points.
A dummy half try the whole world saw coming. That's not bad defence. That's just, I guess, I don't want to use this word, but it's sort of lazy or you're not ready for it. But it's not bad defence. Yeah. It's not like they can't read that. Out of all the tries they scored, I just thought maybe the one towards the end, maybe we read bad, but I didn't think the defence was bad in the opening 20 minutes. It's just the ball handling. Yeah, we just couldn't hold on to that ball. So once we started doing that, it all worked fine. What did the coach say?
Yeah, why did it take so long for us to figure out what we needed to do, basically, in a nutshell? But yeah, not happy about how we started, but he obviously can see that we've got a lot of growth, and there's that grit and resilience that they're trying to build throughout the pre-season that's starting to show in a few of these wins, and it's something to build upon, especially with this tough period we've got coming up after the bye. There's a few teams in there that we really need to lift against, and we get a few guys back. Obviously, Braden Hamlin-Welle and Britt will be back, so they're two big ins for us that'll shore up the middle, and guys missing out probably deserve to be there at the moment, so it's a good problem to have. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we line up moving forward.
I mean, playing against Papali'i, Tapini, two of the better forwards in the NRL, and we pretty much owned them. Like, they didn't have bad games, but we owned them. The offload was killing us a little bit, but again, that was managed well in the second half, I thought. As soon as we went to the Sheds level, I knew the coach would do enough to instruct them to bring him home. Like, it wasn't hard what to say, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. You knew exactly what you did wrong and how to fix it, and it was all on us to do that, and I think we came out and showed what we can do when we hold the ball and we don't make these silly errors that kind of kill our momentum and kill our own moving forward. So, yeah, I think it's a 4-point game. It's a massive win, like heading into a bye, rest up a few blokes and everyone get fresh. And then, as I said, we've got a big period coming up, so it's going to be switch on. And as they all said in the Sheds just then, like, enjoy these few days off, but when we get back, it's nothing but hard work. Like, we've got to get out there and rip in. Yeah,
so we go into the bye 3-1, so 3-1 in a bye, which is a good place to be. Obviously, we should have won last week. We didn't. We're moving on. But, yeah, really good night at Shark Park. I think it'll be quite a memorable one for a while. Like, just to be down 18-0, come back in that fashion. It got quite emotive, like the crowd and the boys. There was a bit of niggle. But I really like, they're really taking to heart this whole Tom Petty thing. Like, they're not backing down. Like, we saw Nicho Hynes pushing guys around. I saw Blake Brayley pushing guys around. And they're not starting it. They're just saying, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're not taking a backward step, which is exactly what we kind of missed last year a little bit here and there.
Yeah, and
I think it's good to see it. It's nothing dirty. It's nothing aggressive. It's just like, I'm here to play the game and you're not going to walk all over me, which is great.
And a guy like Ronaldo Militalo, who had a phenomenal game, a couple of errors here or there, but just a phenomenal game. I'm seeing the maturity in his game 4 weeks in. Like, there were times tonight when he could have exploded with that crazy stuff that he does, 100%. And he didn't do it. Yeah. He reined it in, and I think that must be something that's happened in the off-season. Hopefully it lasts all year, but our wingers were unbelievable. I thought Will Kennedy had a great game. Like, some of the kicks from the Canberra halves in particular were spiralling.
Yeah, they were testing, definitely. There's that massive one in the second half, and I was just like, how is Will going to catch this? But he's good old Will, safe as houses.
Yeah, great stuff, Gaz. I'm super excited by that win. What's happening next? Who we got next?
Rabbitohs at a core after the bye, which will be a interesting game. Obviously, they've had a bit of a slow start, and they probably need to find a few wins, and they found a good one this week. But yeah, it's going to be another tough challenge for us. I'm sure the boys will be up for it.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be good for us coming off a bye as well. Get some troops back. Britt's coming back. Yeah. Hopefully Hamlin-Welle. Yeah. And yeah, give the coach a bit to think about. We talked about guys lifting, and a guy who, for whatever reason, is a bit maligned in our superstar squad. I thought Billy Burns had a really strong game, did nothing wrong, took some really hard hit-ups that no one else wanted. Yeah. That's what we're talking about with Next Man Up, and that's what he was bought for. Like, I know he wasn't on there for very long, but he didn't put a foot wrong. Yeah,
he did exactly what he needed to do, and we've seen that over the last couple of weeks. Like, the guys that are coming in, they know exactly what their role is, and they know how to do it, and they're getting out there and doing exactly what they need to do. So, yeah, good start to the year in many ways, and, there's lots to work on in another sense. So, we're in a good spot, and there's plenty of growth to be had, but I'm pretty excited by what we're probably capable of this year, looking at, where we've been behind in a couple of games. We've got some grit and resilience that we didn't have last year, and we've still got a bit of points in us when we need them. Yeah, calm heads prevailed today. Like, you could see, as we got into the game, Nicho in particular led us around really well off the back of some good forwards. Go watch that game again. Cam McInnes, Jack Williams. Jack was massive. Jack's been massive for us to start the year, every game. Can we start a GoFundMe? Like, how are we going to get this done? We definitely need to keep him, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how he goes throughout the year, but he's been, one of our best, for sure. Big Dino's giving me a wave. How good's that? Live, SharkCast Point. Gary, thanks for your time, brother. We wish we had on it, but we don't. We will talk to you soon, that's for sure, and we appreciate your time. Thank you. You're a busy dude. Thanks for having me. As always, love being on.
Thanks everyone for listening. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight. It was a fun one. I had a lot of fun. Like just watching it.
I get a good view down on the dead ball line, and I had a lot of fun down there.
Now you were on the socials tonight, correct?
I was doing a bit of everything, so photos, videos, socials, Twitters, all sorts of stuff.
How was the response on there early on?
Yeah, I don't tend to look at it much. I try to just focus on what I need to do, but I'm sure it wasn't positive, and I'll go have a look at it, see what was happening in the first 20 minutes and where we move on from there.
Maybe delete some accounts, maybe.
Block a few people.
It got pretty wild on there, I'm sure, but, we're all emotional about this team that we love. There's the greatest Shark of all time right in front of us. It's very exciting. Paul Gallen, the greatest Shark of all time. Thank you, Gary, and thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back with another episode before you know it. Take care. This is SharkCast Pod. Up, let's go.
Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue. Up, Cronulla, name of the Sharks with you. Sharks, forever, go out and play without fear. Now's the time to see good football, for the Sharks are here. Up, Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue. Up, Cronulla, name of the Sharks with you. Sharks, forever.